Welcome back, friends. Today we're reviewing the Air Jordan 3 Ma Maniere For the Love, also known as the Diffused Blue. As usual, if you're interested in the alternate laces, by all means go to our bookmarks and click on the alternate laces section. But I'm going to warn you, it's a little bit comical. You'll see why. With that said, let's jump right into the story. Nike also uses the For the Love story in terms of its marketing. And like Ma Maniere, basically the story is that it's celebrating unity, joy, shared passion against all odds, like they say in the description here. And with that, they chose diffused blue as a color to kind of highlight that story. Why diffused blue? I don't know. They never really stated it because their typical colors are dark sail, burgundy, violet, and other neutral tones. Over on the official Ma Maniere website, you can see the exact same storyline that's presented and marketed by Nike. And you get a really nice look at the actual sneaker and the diffused blue in their showroom 3D studio here. So you can see the beautiful colors of diffused blue, one of my favorite colors on Jordan pairs. And as usual with Ma Maniere, their storytelling is epic. You know, they create these beautiful cinematic trailers that highlight the shoe, the story, the vision behind it, and it's a real treat to visually see the story instead of just reading what they say the story is, and you get some great looks, on feet looks of what these sneakers look like. We can always look back to 2021 when the original Ma Maniere Jordan 3 Raised by Women came out. Another great storyline that highlights women and mothers in urban communities. So really great story, and that really sold this original pair of Jordan 3s, which in fact made the subsequent Jordan 3s very successful. Semi-related is, we look back at 2023, Ma Maniere released the Jordan 5. I believe it's called Dawn. And it was the first one that featured diffused blue. Again, they didn't really tell the story of why they used diffused blue, but you can see here the hits of diffused blue on the midsole. Very, very striking color and very, very big departure from their usual tones. On to the unboxing. First thing you'll notice is the plastic outer case with the Ma Maniere logo on it. Yeah, there's a nice little pull tab to be able to pull that right out. And just a quick look at the box. You've got the Jumpman box. That's in the Ma Maniere earthy tones, the burgundy and the violet tones. Official colorway, white, diffused blue, and anthracite. Just even on the back here, you can see it's just a mix of burgundy and kind of like a grayish color there, but it's more of a light violet kind of color, or even a light burgundy. All right, opening it up, you can see this is a very, very nice wrapping paper. That's waxy wrapping paper that's covered in Ma Maniere logos. And let's pull these guys out right here. It's covered up pretty well. Oh, there we go. All right. Quick first look at it. There we go. That blue is just such a beautiful color. And that's one of my favorite colors here. Well, blue officially is one of my favorite sneaker colors, but this diffused blue is just a very unique and striking color. What else comes with it? It comes with sail laces that, it looks really similar to the white laces. So that's what I meant by kind of comical when you look at the alternate laces. We'll get to that in the alternate laces section there. So in the meantime, just let me throw this out of the way. There you go. Yeah, that's definitely a burgundy color there. All right. There they are. First look. There you go. Let's look this side. First look at the Ma Maniere Jordan 3 Diffused Blue For the Love. All right, let's go to the details. First of all, we look at the outsole. You have hits of diffused blue. You have black. You have sail. It's a nice sail color with a diffused blue painted on the midsole. You have a really nice suede here, short hair suede that surrounds the toe box as well as the heel there. You have a tag here, and you can close-up look. Suede characteristics. Basically, this is gonna, if you get this wet, it's gonna spill and just stain the midsole with that black color. By the lace holes, you have the suede hits over there. Really great leather. Everyone says the leather is nicer than typical Jordan 3, but it's about the same here. Here's a closer look at that suede on the collar there as well. And on the back, you have a sail heel tab with Nike Air in diffused blue. Always my favorite. All right, and look at the tongue. Great leather quality, perforated leather there. And you have the Jumpman logo. It's a thicker Jumpman logo. It's a characteristic of Ma Maniere pairs for some reason. Not sure why, but the Jordan Jumpman is a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker. And of course, you have paper shoe trees in there, just like all current modern Jordans that come out. All right, this is the beautiful part. Look at that. So that's inside. Everything is just quilted. You have this really silky, smooth quilting around the collar. And if we pull out, there you go. Look at the insole here. Quilted insole. Just awesome. This is the first time I've seen this. I know that it's been in a different pair before, but and then there's a stitched on Ma Maniere logo there. And on the back, it's all stitched. You can actually see a stitch pattern for size 13. That's my shoe size, and it's a Dream Cell insole that's been kind of stitched up. So pretty interesting. I don't know how much more comfortable it makes it or less comfortable. But like I said, it's seen that in another pair of shoes before. I just can't remember what. Inside there is just the nylon backing on the bottom of the shoe there. All right, let's get these back in. Yeah, I'd really love to look up after this video to see what shoe featured that stitch in. So I know I've seen it before. I just cannot remember. All right, and then on the other pair, you can see the difference on the tongue. You have Jumpman on one side, Ma Maniere logo on the other side, and other features here. Let me get these out of here. The other paper shoe tree. You have a Ma Maniere tag that's over there, and you have a really nice diffused blue Nike Air acrylic plastic hang tag, unlike the OG paper ones. So same thing on this side. You have the Ma Maniere tag with a Michael Jordan signature in there. The back of the tongue is a very, very silky, smooth feeling tongue. So it'll be interesting to see how much a heel slip you get out of it. So behind the heel tab, you get this little protection piece on both shoe. Pull that out there and see if I can flip this out for you guys here. I was trying not to wreck it here. There you go. There's some writing on there. The right heel tab, you have to get comfortable walking alone. All right, part of their message. And on the left shoe over here, pull that out. All we have is each other. So nice little hidden details on this pair. All right, let's take a little closer look at the kind of materials and everything on there. And we ignore the suede, just look at the leather quality. It's soft leather, like pre-broken in, tumbled leather. Yeah, the tongue feels nice and soft compared to your typical Jordan 3, but that said, the leather is about the same as any other Jordan 3, in my opinion. The interesting fact is all this quilting, it's silky smooth here. I have a feeling that there's going to be a bit of a heel slip when you're walking in here, especially if you're going a little bit bigger size. So I've noticed that in my other pairs of Ma Maniere. It's just a little bit of heel slip. It just feels a little awkward, but it still works. And then onto the laces. This is what I was talking about. It comes kind of pre-laced with white laces. Let's see if I can actually see this here. Yeah, and it comes with sail laces. It looks so close. It's so hard to tell the difference. I'm going to turn off this extra light I have on here and just see if this way I can see it. Yeah, it looks like even here it looks the same. It's so hard to show on camera, but you have to be basically looking at it in person to see that there's a very, very slight. You're not going to be able to tell the difference between the two colors. So turn the light back on there. So yeah, we'll have that on the alternate laces section and see how it looks. So for now, let's get these guys laced up. That was a lot of fast forwarding through all that because those tags were not easy to remove. So there's your first look or second look at the shoe with it laced on. Now that I'm looking at this laced on, I honestly think that they should have done a diffused blue set of laces on here. I think that would look really cool. I do not have a set of diffused blue laces. I've got some like bright blue laces, so I can't even go and try it on to see how it looks. But yeah, the white and sail laces are so identical that it really doesn't make much sense to have the two colors. So it would have been nice to replace either the white or the sail with a diffused blue lace. I think that would look pretty good on this one, and maybe I'll order a set for later on for review, and do some on my Instagram to show what a diffused blue laces look like, but definitely have to go and order them. All right, on to the comparisons. First, let's take a look at the box for the While You Were Sleeping, the last pair that released last year. That would have been the second Jordan 3. So it's a really, really cool box, but let's try to get this open up. Everything, it just takes up so much room here. I got to move everything out of the way here to get this open. The presentation is actually really cool. Open it up, and I got it the wrong way around, so let me just turn this guy around, and you can see that I'll show you a little bit later here, the glue is actually come off, but the first time opening it up, with that glue on there, really, really cool presentation. You can see you got the burgundy, their usual color in terms of covering the pair of shoes, but you can see that glue has dried out, and it's not really sticking on, so something I really got to fix on that pair. But really great presentation box. I really hope that the execution was a little bit better when they released it. Didn't think that would go down. All right, comparing the two, so you can see this is the Ma Maniere While You Were Sleeping. Black leather. The leather looks a little bit thicker. Feels pretty close. You can look at the midsole. The midsole is a little bit darker and creamier, so it's a more aged color on there. The suede is a much hairier suede, and of course the black leather looks a little bit more thicker and more tumbled. You got the suede hits around the lace holes, but it's perforated on the While You Were Sleeping. And look at the tongue. The tongue's a little bit different. It's not as smooth, a little grippier. You can see that the Ma Maniere logos. That's kind of pattern that's on there, while this one on the For the Love is a lot smoother. The Diffused blue is a lot smoother, so that's one of the differences that they did. You have the quilted liner, again, very slippery looking quilted liner, slippery feeling. And then you just have a plain insole there with the Ma Maniere logo on there, so none of that quilted one. That quilted one I think is a game changer, but I'll know when I kind of put it on feet, so I haven't worn these yet, so it'll be interesting to see. So looking at the While You Were Sleeping, so same thing. You've got the Jordan logo and the Ma Maniere logo, the alternating logos on there, and you can compare again here. I'll just get up close. You can see how thick the Jordan Jumpman logo stitching is on both of them. So that's a Ma Maniere trademark. It's kind of weird. Everybody thought that it didn't really match the logo, or these fake, but no, that's just the Ma Maniere trademark of thicker, fuller Jumpman logo. Let's take a closer look at the materials there. All right, so you can see the tumbling is much thicker. It might be just the color, so tumbling is a little bit better on the black pair, and then you can see the hairier suede versus the shorter suede, so totally different texture, totally different feeling, but very similar shoe, just kind of opposite. It is very much like the Black Cat versus the Pure Money that we reviewed in our last review. So again, you got the perforated suede on the While You Were Sleeping, and then you've got the black and dark sail Nike Air on there. So let's see if we can get a closer look at the difference in color. So you can see it's a creamier, darker color of midsole, of aged midsole, so it's more aging on the While You Were Sleeping pair. And you guys are probably sick of me comparing to my K54s, one of my favorite pairs of shoes. Favorite Jordan 3, favorite Jordan overall. Of course, let's take a look at the Jumpman. You can see the difference in size as well as thickness of the stitching. There's the Ma Maniere one, and there's the K54. So you can see it's a lot thinner. So I'm not sure why, but the Ma Maniere pairs are always like that, a lot thicker in terms of the Jumpman logo. So comparing side to side, these are basically the same shoes. The sail color is the same. You've got the short suede. It's actually a little bit shorter on the K54 pair. You've got the white leather that looks really identical. Big difference is the leather suede piping is orange on the K54 pair. It feels pretty much the same. You can look at the suede here on near the eyelets. It's perforated on this one here. So yeah, it's it's basically the closest one. And that's why I love the K54. It's just, it compares so well with all the other pairs, and like, you know, side by side they look pretty much the same. This is the closest I've ever seen two pairs with the sail midsole. Like, that's not up close there. It looks identical in color. So yeah, and then the heel tab, you got the translucent heel tab. Actually the OG Ma Maniere had the translucent heel tab as well, which really wish I had a pair to compare, but that's one that I actually do not own. All right, on to the other comparisons. Like I said, blue is one of my favorite sneaker colors, so I've got a couple of other diffused blue colorways. First is the Jordan 11 diffused blue low. It's got a patent diffused blue leather, so versus the matte painted on the For the Love Jordan 3 Ma Maniere. So it looks quite different. And then another pair that we have here, this is actually a friend of mine's pair. This is Let Me Borrow. It's a suede diffused blue on the Airship. It's the Jordan 1 before the Jordan 1. So you can take a look at the colors and everything. It's close, but it's hard to really compare with different materials. But yeah, I really love this diffused blue color. It looks so great on every single pair of sneakers. I really hope that Nike does use this color more often in future releases. One of the features of the is the pink tongue. It's a really nice feature. It's like a kind of an aged look. It looks kind of pinkish. So there's different material on here, and this is actually a closer color match. If I can hold this up without dropping everything here. Oh, this is not easy. There you go. So there's the diffused blue on the tongue tag of the Airship diffused blue, and the on the painted surfaces of the Jordan 3. All right, let's get them on feet to see how they look. As I suspected, because of the smooth and slippery satin-like material inside the shoe there. A little bit of heel slip, so definitely need to tighten these up a little bit and just lace them a little bit tighter. Once again, thank you very much for watching our reviews. Your support is much appreciated. Now let's take a look at some studio shots of the Ma Maniere Jordan 3 For the Love Diffused Blue. All right, so here's a great side view. That color is really striking. You know, it's that diffused blue really makes it pop. And again, looking at the laces, really wish they had blue laces. I think that would pop even more. The other laces just don't look great on here. So let's look at some of the other details here. You can see from top view the alternate logos on the tongue. Some closer look in the thick Jumpman. It's almost a three-dimensional look to it. That Ma Maniere tag with the spring 2025 and Michael Jordan's approval signature. Really awesome detail. There's the beautiful quilted insole. Love that detail. And of course the hidden text behind the left and right heel tab. So just a nice closer look at it. And of course that diffused blue, look how great it looks. And really just the front is missing a little bit more diffused blue. There's a close-up look at that suede. And of course the outsole here. With that said, let's take a look at how the alternate laces look. As I mentioned, very comical. All right, let's go and rotate these around. Can you spot the difference between the white and the sail? It's very hard to tell. So let's go up close. Look at that. You can barely tell the difference. Even like in person, it's one of those things that you can tell, but it's just so subtle. Yeah, because the white pops against the white leather, and the sail also pops just as much. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I really wish they did a better choice on the alternate laces and come with a diffused blue one. I think that would really hit really well. I'm not sure why I'm spending time on this, but this is the sail only laces. Well, I can tell you this is the white laces and you won't be able to tell the difference. It's so close. Like I said, you have to go side by side to really see the difference. And if I told you these were white, you'd believe me. If I told you it was sail, you would believe me. But, you know, that's it. Let's take a look at the studio shots of the laces. You can kind of see them side by side here. Yeah, very subtle. You can't even see in this picture. There you go. This one you can kind of see. Once you tilt it to the side, again, you can't tell. Just subtle lighting will just change it. So, all right, that's it for this review. We'll see you guys next week.